Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. Today in this video we are going to discuss Hedera and its token HBAR, conduct machine learning based price forecast, regression analysis, technical analysis and estimated bull run target for HBAR. None of the content is financial advice. All of the content related to this website over here, cryptoweeklies.com, the link on the bottom of your screen is available for free. You don't have to pay or sign up for anything or watch any ads. So let's get started with HBAR. Again, the first analytics will start with the barometer based heat map on our website to analyze which crypto have recovered the best over the last 24 hours in the crypto market recovery. HBAR leading the charge by about 9.5% gain over the last 24 hours. You can corroborate with this website again, CoinMarketCap, which tracks all of the cryptos. Again, HBAR did have a significant rally over the last 24 hours. Again, the numbers in percent might differ because it's taken at a different point in time and we deal with average daily prices, whereas this website takes into the consideration running one day, that is running 24 hours worth of ROI. So in terms of the recovery, HBAR did have a significant recovery over the last 24 hours, led the wider crypto market. You can see most of the cryptos are either down or flat. A handful other names apart from HBAR which are rallying. Over the last 7 days, also the similar story. Best performer over the last 7 days, HBAR up by about 10%. So leads in 2 out of 4 performance periods. That is over the last 24 hours and last 7 days. Has not done that great over the last 30 days, and also not too not too impressive over the last 90 days as well. But again, relatively speaking, HBAR is somewhere over here over the last 30 days, again towards the left. Again, most of the cryptos have done worse than HBAR over the last 30 days. Even over the last 90-day period, HBAR has done decently. It's over here, slightly towards the left. Again, most of the cryptos are to the right of HBAR. That means relatively speaking, HBAR has held significantly better than the wider crypto market. Over the technical analysis side of things, this is again on trading view. With respect to the recent price correction since the December 2024 high of about 40 cents, the correction barely took HBAR back to its bull market support band at 20-week moving average, coming in at around 20 cents, and 21-week exponential moving average coming in at 21 cents. So the key level to watch, if this this 20 and 21-week moving average hold as support, and then if there is any bounce, then the first key level to watch is the 24 cents for HBAR. That points to the 0.38 fib level from its previous all-time high to the bear market low. Then apart from that, again, if we extend this a bit more for clarity, the first level to watch is the 24 cents, and then the 0.5 fib level at around 30 cents, and after that the 36 cents, which is the 0.618 level, coincides with the previous high that HBAR made early 2025 at around 41 cents. In terms of now going back to HBAR on our website, again cryptoweeklies.com, we'll start with the machine learning based price forecast. We trained the machine learning model using the weekly price action for HBAR since 2019. Again, if you want to compare this chart with again, this is HBAR. Instead of candles, we deal with weekly average price for HBAR. That's how the machine learning model gets trained on, using seasonal ARIMA, LSTM and XGBoost machine learning algorithm. The 3 scenarios forecasted by the model is the first is the bull case in a recovery which is non-euphoria recovery for HBAR, with covered by this yellow line, which is the bull market at 68% all over 1 standard deviation recovery. In green line is the bear case. If continuation of the bear case, what is the likely bear market bottom for HBAR? In the pink line, we have the base case, that is all things equal with no major bullish or bearish correction. What is the likely price actions directionality? This helps identify if there is a higher likelihood that price goes up with time than down with time. So if we look at the model, the model does say that there might be one further dip, and then the directionality, largely speaking, is higher price action than today's. So the pink line moves from 20 cents to 20.6 cents. So again, this magnitude for this pink line does not matter as much as the direction that it points to. For magnitude, we rely more on the purpose of these forecasts is again not for financial advice, but to identify what is the likely directionality using this base case or the line in pink. Whereas in let's say a recovery of a 1 standard deviation magnitude, what is the theoretical ceiling for week by week for HBAR's price action? So for this week, the theoretical ceiling is at from 23 cents, goes to middle of 2020 April of 20th April of 2025 at around 35 cents, towards middle of May at around 53 cents, and towards the middle of August at around 76 cents. That's the 1 standard deviation recovery for HBAR, and a non-euphoria bull case estimate for HBAR, which again seems the most likely scenario, given that in the last post-halving year, that is in 2021, in let's say towards at least till the middle of April of 2021, price actions did have that bullish bias. If we compare that right now to middle of April of 2025, that takes HBAR to at around 39 cents. Again, if there is a lull during the summer of 2025 as there was in summer of 2021, then the price actions should start picking up somewhere towards the end of August, middle to end of August, and again the shape of recovery in that environment might be slightly different. So for now, again, for the next 3 months or so, now that we have begun March, so April, May, and early June, the ceiling is at around 50 cents for HBAR. So and again, before we move forward, if there is a continuation of this downward trend, the next 3 months in terms of the bear market bottoms for HBAR is price action between 10 cents and 17 cents till about middle of April, and if there is a continuation till about early June, that 10 cents level should be held per our machine learning based price forecast. Again, if you want to look at the week by week forecast instead of a graphical view in a tabular view, this is also available on the bottom of your screen, and also explains the description used for, or the methodology used to determine these forecasts, as well as, for example, interpreting this in a tabular format for, let's say, the week which ends on 9th of March. The base case for HBAR is 20 cents. There is 68% chance that price action stays between 15 cents and 26 cents. There is 95% chance that price action stays between 12 cents, roughly speaking, and 35 cents. There is 99.7% chance the price action stays between 9 cents and 49 cents. So that's how you interpret this forecast done by the machine learning model in a tabular format as well. Again, all of this HBAR is just one of the cryptos. This analytics on the website is available for most of the top 100 cryptos on their USD pair, as well as on their ETH and BTC pair, especially for the top 20 altcoins. Again, we have to include HBAR also over here, because when we conducted this analysis, HBAR was outside of top 20 cryptos by market cap. Now HBAR, I think it's by market cap ranked number 11. Yeah, right now at 11, and going strong to get into the top 10 cryptos by market cap. So again, just wanted to highlight what is available on website. Also for the not so famous cryptos that are outside of top 20 but in top 100, there are limited number of analytics, but nonetheless at least risk-based pair forecast, as well as some of the cryptos outside of top 100 but also having some positive momentum, they are also covered on this, as well as Bitcoin proxies and their machine learning based price forecast. As well as for the top 20 cryptos, there are retirement related models which says what the price action could do in the next 15 years instead of just 6 months at a time. So again, that is only for some of the higher market cap cryptos and Bitcoin based proxies. Again, we'll start looking at HBAR from that perspective as the bull market kind of matures. Right now what we have is for HBAR is the regression based analysis, where we look at what is the fair value for HBAR using this polynomial regression function, encapsulated by, again, similar color codes across all the analytics on the channel using this pink line as a reference, where in the bull market this pink line has a upward bias, in the bear market a downward bias, to identify the non-linear relationship of price and time with respect to, especially for altcoins which again have an oscillation behavior that is encapsulated better by the polynomial regression estimates. Right now the fair value for HBAR coming in at around 38 cents. That means price is about 50%, slightly less than, so between 35 to 45% undervalued with respect to the fair value for HBAR. Again, if the prices were to go back to fair value, that would be a mean reversion from here. And in case in for example, to identify in the post halving year where the prices you eventually do go is higher than this yellow line, which is the non-euphoria bull case for HBAR coming in at around 67 cents. And again, in the last time around the price action went to the 2 standard deviation ceiling, there was a significant resistance, and again that is a short term peak for HBAR that is currently coming in at around $1.15. But what is key to interpret from this model is that as the asset matures, the likelihood of it hitting the 2 standard deviation ceiling goes down with time. Unfortunately, that's the pain with, again, as the market cap kind of matures and as the asset class matures. So that's why for this particular market cycle, my interpretation of this model is the eventual peak could be somewhere between the 1 standard deviation and if you take an average of 1 standard deviation and 2 standard deviation peak. At this point of time, that is between 67 cents and $1.15. So if we do an average of this, it would be at around somewhere between 85 and 95 cents. That could be eventually the peak for HBAR if we look at this chart at this point in time. But again, as you see, this regression function has an upwards bias. So again, you could and account for like 10 to 20% higher valuation from that 85-95 cents to somewhere between $20 and $50. That could also be an eventual area of bull market peak for HBAR, per my interpretation of the model. Again, not financial advice. In terms of the SMA model, which is the simple moving average price based 20-week simple moving average price based analysis of what the price is doing, and with respect to the relationship between the price and the 20-week moving average, the risk levels are color coded on the price chart. Right now the risk level for accumulation of HBAR is at around 25%. Not too long ago, when the price was at around 37 cents, this model did identify accurately that the risk levels were at around 95%. That means the risks were quite highly elevated. Now they have cooled down as of middle of February. End of February of 2025, the risk level did go as low as about 20%. And the purpose of this model, again, in conjunction with the other regression based risk model that we'll discuss after this, is to identify when not to DCA, that is when not to dollar cost average, especially if for altcoins where the hypothesis is it's only worthwhile to, at least personally speaking, only worthwhile to when the risk levels are, let's say, lower than 30%. And even if you want to go even lower than that, about when risk levels are less than 20% over here, that's when again accumulating in that scenario only after a correction in the bear market, that is towards the end of the midterm year, that is for example in 2022 and also potentially in 2026. Again, accumulating in those phases of the cycle again helps avoid DCA when the risk levels are elevated. And also the secondary purpose is to identify what could be the price action at if the risk levels were hit in future. So for example, if HBAR's risk level goes back to 60% like it did over here between 60 and 70% in early January, what could be a theoretical price at that point in time? It's coming in at around 40 cents. If the price action risk level goes to about 80%, what could be a theoretical price action in the future at around 47 cents? So it helps provide the guidance of what a short term or a medium term bullish target for HBAR is, at between 60 to 80% risk. That's where if the bull market rallies take that price, that could be at around price action before a short term cool off between 40 cents and 47 cents. So that is also one purpose of this model. In terms of the other model that takes into consideration the DCA approach in more ingrained fashion uses regression, the polynomial regression function, to identify bear market accumulation as well as bull market sell off. Again, this model does not do as great of a job as the previous model in identifying the tops, but a better job at identifying the bottoms. So for example, what you can see with this model is whenever risk levels are less than 10%, you're essentially accumulating close to the bear market bottoms. Right now you can see that the risk levels is at only at 7% per this model. That means we are very close to the bottom in the middle of a bull run. Again, bottoms look very different in the bear market and in the bull run. Again, you would not essentially find the same USD valuation, but again, risk levels are up in general during the post halving year. And right now we are in a valley in the middle of middle of a bull run. So right now per this model, again, this also helps identify what could be a scenario if the price scenario, if the risk levels were to go back to 50%. This model says that at that 50% risk level, the price would be at around 61 cents. So for example, over here, if we say prices go between the 50 and 60% risk, back in 2024, early 2024, at 60% risk, the price was at around 13 cents, whereas in 2021 at around 38 cents. Whereas now, if prices were to go at 50% risk, between 50 and 60% risk, that would be somewhere between 61 cents and 71 cents. Similarly, between 60 and 70% risk, that was the eventual peak for HBAR. And also in May of 2024, that around 16 cents. Between 70 and 80% risk, but between 60 and 80% risk, the price action could be between 71 cents and 90 cents. That takes to the HBAR to its eventual regression based peak. And also the way to interpret these models, again, one another way to identify is based on the 2 standard deviation regression topping pattern at any given point, where the eventual, as the price action goes to the peak 2 standard deviation regression line, there is an immediate cool off in the market. At least we are very close to the peak at this point in time. So if we go close to the peak right now, that is in end of February, early March of 2025, that 2 standard deviation peak risk level is coming in at around 91 cents. So identifying a top based on these kind of evaluations is also insightful. So again, a lot of research has gone into these analytics. So if you enjoy this kind of content, please give us a like and subscribe. Also, last but not the least, in the bear market accumulation, this time weighted average price helps identify a range or a zone where in the bear market, where the price goes below the blue line, which is the time weighted average price line, helps identify for definitely for only for this is, and this kind of analytics is only useful for high quality assets. I believe HBAR is one of them, as it's getting close to that top 10 cryptos by market cap. Definitely right now, anything above 11 cents is identified as a good buy zone for the time weighted average price based model. And we had made several videos throughout the bear market, especially since a recovery year of 2023, about HBAR and how it is kind of undervalued as late as about early November of 2024. When personally speaking, again, most of the DCA related to HBAR was done especially from April 2024, April to May 2024. In this zone, I had all of my DCA related to HBAR down there. So again, if you are interested, you can check out those videos on the YouTube channel as well, on Crypto Weekly's YouTube channel. Also, right now the risk levels for the time weighted average price model is coming in at around 56%. As a composite of all of these models, what we have is an estimated bull run target, not just for HBAR, for most of the top 100 cryptos and also some of the cryptos outside of top 100 cryptos. You can all you have to do is search for that ticker in the search bar. So for example, HBAR is over here, or you can scroll through using this previous and next. And at a time it shows about 10 to 25 entries at one point in time. On this analysis, again, you can see price at around 23 cents represents the DCA or regression based risk at around 6-7%, time weighted average price risk as mentioned it at around 50-53%, SMA risk at around 22%, weighted risk is slightly under 1/4 at 23%, estimated bull run target for HBAR as a confluence between all of the models comes at around 97 cents, which represents about a 4x reward from here if we go to that kind of environment. And with that, I would like to conclude the video. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.